Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be working on a well pump. The pressure switch is bad. About a year ago we put in a new submersible well. The last few days we've been having problems with losing water. Several months ago we had the same problem. I came out and I cleaned the contacts on our pressure switch and it's been working great, but as of recent it's been causing problems again. So today we're going to be changing it out with a square D pressure switch, and at the same time we're going to be putting a power shutoff connection down here, because right now the only way to shut the power off is to go in the house, down the basement to the breaker panel and shut it off there. So I want to have something real close here for safety and just for convenience. So let me show you what it looks like down there and kind of give you an overview of what we're going to try to do. If any of you have any suggestions how to grow grass, that's one thing I cannot seem to do well, is grow grass. I used some old grass seed, maybe that's part of the problem, but I mean, we put straw down, watered it like crazy, and still not growing any grass. It's about 95 degrees today, super hot, and we have company coming within a couple hours, and we don't have water. So gotta get this moving. So if I'm a little impatient, a little hurried today, that's why. So anytime you're working with electricity, you want to make sure it's safe. I already have the breaker off, but I'm just going to double check, make sure we don't have any voltage out here, because we don't want to get zapped. Okay, looks good. I'm going to run the hydrant here to run all the water out of the tank to get all the pressure out. Okay. It shouldn't have any more water pressure. All right, there's this water valve down here. I can make sure the tank is empty of water. It is. There's not a good place to sit down here. So what my plan is for today, switching out this switch obviously, and then I want to mount a shutoff switch down here somewhere, and I don't have a lot of good options. We got to have enough wire to reach back to this pressure switch. The first thing I have to determine, I don't remember which wire is coming from the house, so I'm going to have to undo these connections on one of the wires and see if I can determine which way is the power's coming in. This line here is unhooked. This line here is still hooked up, so if I have power here, I know this is my power line. If I have power here, I know this is my power line, or my feed line, whatever you want to, how you want to look at it. The reason we're having problems is because this side here, as you can see, this is kind of disconnected from the plastic piece. It like just floats around on its own. I think that this little stab here in the middle is not supposed to be sticking out like that. But the problem too is that these were not getting good connection. So if both sides have to get good connection to run a 220 pump. So I don't know if it's the brand. This is a big box store brand. I don't know if that had something to do with it. If it's got a faulty pressure switch, who knows. Another thing I'm going to do is raise this up so that it's not so low to the floor. You see how low that is? This is barely above the pipes coming out of the pressure tank, and it's just a pain to work on because this line here is up a lot higher, so I have to reach way down there to deal with it. So I'm going to try to bring that up a lot higher. Okay, now we're going to figure out which one is which. 240 right there, and nothing here. So this is our power line over here. Okay, we're going to check for power again. Nope. And get all of our lines unhooked here. Nope, we have some grounds here we got to deal with. You only do this type of stuff if you feel comfortable and you have the right knowledge base. I'm not an electrician or a plumber by no means, so you know, just take all this with a grain of salt. Okay, our switch is unhooked. Now we should be able to unscrew it from the pipe here. There should be a nut on the bottom. I should be able to turn. Yeah. These are 1/4 inch connections on this pressure tank T here. It's pretty common, I think. We'll take a look at that pressure switch in a while. So this gauge is basically almost useless because I can't see it down here. So I'm gonna use a 90 and try to get this thing where I can actually see it. I figured since I gotta deal with this pressure switch, is a good time to kind of make some improvements here. All right, first thing we're gonna do is use this little nipple, galvanized nipple I decided on, and this right angle to bring the gauge up a little bit and then lay it flat so I can see it from just looking straight down. So I'm gonna put some Teflon tape on this on both ends so it seals up good. Would you be using galvanized, or is that a mistake? I've heard different things. This is what I'm using here. I wanted to use brass, but brass is so expensive, and yes, I know this will be down here a long time, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna put some new tape on this gauge. Now I can at least see it. Now I'm gonna put this on the other side, hopefully. Yeah, I think that'll work. So I'm gonna get some tape on it. Now we're just gonna put this on here. That gets us up pretty high already. Okay, I got ahead of myself. I wanted a small nipple here because I only have so much room before I'm running into this line here. So I should have used a longer one on the gauge. So I'm gonna try to get that nipple back out to use it for my S-curve here. Hopefully this 90 will, oh yeah, I think it is turning the whole thing. Yeah, that's what we needed. So we'll take it over here. That way we can bring that switch up here. It's gonna bring it up a lot higher, which is fine, I think. Just using this to get it snugged up so I can make a faster headway. Okay, should be able to use this piece here and bring that up. I think I'm gonna have to turn this though. I'm gonna run into this water line. Something like that maybe. So basically, if we had a nipple that got us right there, that would be a good place to end up, not way up here. So I might have to find a shorter nipple than what I bought. I found just the right size. See, it does pay to keep junk around. No, it's hard sometimes to know what to keep hold of and what to get rid of, but it sure pays off in situations like this. I'm like 13 miles from the any place to get something like this, so it helps to have some things around. Now I should be able to get on the nut underneath here and tighten it up. All right, so we're gonna just get the side that goes to the pump hooked up, and then we'll worry about figuring out how to hook up this shutoff switch I got in mind. This is a Telemecanique brand pressure switch, which I guess is made by Square D. So we got our runner wires in through the side here. And we're gonna go white to the left, black to the right. And I don't wanna lose my screws. There's 2 ground screws on the bottom. Let me get this black one hooked up. Now I gotta figure out the switch because we gotta run a line from the switch back to the pressure switch once we get that figured out. I think what I'm gonna do is mount this box right over here somewhere, because it's away from the hydrant, away from the manhole, and then I'll run my wire from here over to the pressure switch. So I'm gonna get a cement drill so I can mount this here. Got our caps in there, closed up the top and the back, although I broke through a little bit. All right, we're using a hammer drill, puts a couple holes in this. Just gonna mark them right now. Okay. Looking good. Give me that drill back again. I'm gonna drill a couple more holes and put more screws in here. Why chance it coming off? All right, put a couple more in here. Just make it a little more sturdy. And I'm sure these Tapcons won't last forever, so be longer that it'll hold to the wall. You won't have to be dealing with it again. Put a wire keeper in the bottom here. Now we run our 2 wires up in here. Have to cut these connectors off probably. Okay, this is gonna be the wire that runs from the switch to our pump. Okay, let me show you the switch I got. So this is like a big old light switch. This is a double pole toggle switch, and I believe it's 30 amp and the extra heavy duty. So I think if I mount this in here, this will last for quite a while. We're gonna check and make sure. So on, off, on, off. Yeah, so an in goes here and an in goes there, and then my outs go on the bottom. If I didn't mention, this is a 220 submersible pump we're running here. Okay, so both of these are gonna hook to the top of the switch, and the top is right here. So we're gonna hook our ground up. Well, actually, we're gonna wait on the ground because both of them's gonna have to go in there. So one leg is gonna go here, and the other leg is gonna go here. Now we're gonna bring in the second wire. I already got it stripped. Okay, and we're just for fun of it, we're gonna keep our whites and blacks on the same side. It doesn't really matter on this situation, but we're just gonna do that just for continuity's sake. And now we're gonna bring our ground up to the top with the other one. Slip it in there between these 2 leads, if I can. And then we're gonna get the other one in there as well, so they're together. This ground screw is not very big for what it's trying to do here. I finally got 1 in, 2 in. Good grief. That's not very handy. Check all of our screws for tightness. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this little protector thing here. Okay, that comes out. And then for a switch, you just take and put this in there, I guess. I think it just sits in there like that. And then you take the foam and it sits over top of it. Maybe like that. I think you can actually unscrew these a ways and then slide this cover on. I think there's a couple ways you can do it, but this is one of them maybe. I just don't know how you can get, oh there, you gotta punch all that out. So the bolts come through the holes like that. We gotta get more out. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay, so then maybe they slide over the screws. Yeah, like that. There we go. Now it's got that foam pinch between there. And now we just tighten these up. Interesting. Sweet. Tighten our little keeper up here. Now we're just ready to hook this power line from the switch to the pressure switch, and we should be in business. So we're gonna come in here. We got plenty of wire, so we're gonna have to twist her around here. This is the home stretch, guys. Get this hooked up, and we're trying it. Okay, one more ground screw, and we should be ready to rock and roll. If we don't lose it first. Got our wires hooked up. Get this little rubber grommet here in place. Try to keep the water out, bugs out. I gotta adjust this screw. So this is a 40-60 pressure switch, and we usually run 30-50. So the guy that I bought this off of said just back this up about 5 rounds counterclockwise, and that should reduce the pressure. I haven't did that yet. That's nice. That was supposed to be set at 28, and it's still right on the money. It's nice to see something is consistent. We're just gonna take a little marker here, put a mark on here so we know when we went around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you wanna yell at somebody to go downstairs and turn on breakers 3 and 5? Closing this valve back up. And tell me when they have it on, because I probably have to turn this switch on.
It's on.
Do I have the switch on? Okay, I have something wrong with this switch because... Oh, sweet. Okay, I have the switch backwards. I wanted it to be on in the up position, but I must have it upside down, because when I flip it down, that's when it turns the pump on. So our switch is working, so I thought I was gonna have to take that back apart, but it's not like I wanted it. I think it does say on there, so I just messed that up. Oldness. So there's a new setup, new switch, new shut-off switch, and we're back in business just before the company gets here. Hey, I wanted to show you guys real quick, one more thing. You can see on the right, it's not attached right anymore. It used to be like this over here where it moves with the plastic, but can you see what I see? See that right one? I don't think that looks right. I think that was part of the problem. Something is not made right. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that. Yeah, not good. Poor craftsmanship, in my opinion. What a beautiful sight. Well, we're gonna get this mess cleaned up, and then we're gonna get in the pool, because it's one of those days. Anyway, guys, leave your comments below the video. I'd like to hear what you would have done differently, or what I could improve about this setup. I just appreciate you watching, and until next time, good luck with all your projects.